the first season of Terrific TV Toys, you saw 4 action figures slash dolls by Kenner from the 1970s celebrating the TV shows The $6 Million Man and The Bionic Woman. They were fabulous. Now let's turn our attention to 5 newer figures. These are by Bif Bang Pow. They're released in 2012, and they're way different from those Kenner originals. This is a 5-part series coming at you, and each one of these parts is an out-of-the-box experience.
Next up is the girl figure in the series, the Fembot figure. There's a lot to say about this one. I could, for one thing, launch into a discussion about why the Fembot was chosen as the character to make in this first wave that was female, and no Jamie Summers. Do you see a Jamie Summers here? No. Why was that? I don't know. But Fembot was the character chosen for this wave of Bif Bang Pow figures, MC toy figures released in 2012 for the $6 Million Man and Bionic Woman. And I will also say there was a Fembot figure in Kenner's original series of figures slash dolls for the 2 shows that were released in the 1970s. That is a 12-inch figure, and it is dramatically different from this one. Looks absolutely nothing like this one. And I would argue that the Kenner figure from the 1970s more closely matches what the Fembots actually looked like on the 2 TV shows. And you'll see the episode in the first season of the show, Terrific TV Toys, you'll see the episode looking at my Fembot figure from when I was a little kid. She's wearing a black jumpsuit. She's got the little red-haired kind of wig attachment with her blonde hair and 2 different masks that you can put on her. Really nicely done doll slash figure for that set. Now this one is 8 inches tall, and I can already tell without opening the package that this is like a standard Mego mold. This is just right out of the Mego book here, this mold for the female figures. If you look at the episodes from the first season, also from Terrific TV Toys, looking at Supergirl, Batgirl, Wonder Woman, and Catwoman, you'll see it's this same type of mold. So that's definitely what they borrowed from. Okay, Fembot. Talking about Fembot's appearances on the 2 shows, the character of this female robot was introduced in a 3-part story arc that really spanned both of the shows. Parts 1 and 3 were shown on the Bionic Woman, and part 2 was shown in the $6 Million Man. That was called Kill Oscar, and it was on October-November 1976. Then they brought the Fembots back in September 1977 in an episode called Fembots in Las Vegas, because they decided we loved them so much. Okay, I am going to open the package. I also have to talk about the outfit. Now, as I mentioned, this is very much a departure from both how the Fembots actually looked on the series and the Fembot figure by Kenner from the 1970s. What is going on with this dress? When I first bought this figure, I'm like, why that dress? That is so bizarre. The Fembots, of course, in the original series, they wore 1970s clothing. They wore jeans with bell bottoms. They wore clingy polyester thin fabrics, like clingy dresses and clingy shirts and things that very much were 70s fashions. And this is not 1970s to me for my love of vintage clothing. This is like a 1960s dress. This dress, to me, looks more like an episode of Alfred Hitchcock Presents, not The Bionic Woman. This gal looks like she's about to plot to murder her husband by baking him some poison cookies or something. This looks like maybe what they used to call a Hitchcock blonde. I don't know. But this is a 1960s dress, and it really befuddled me about this figure. I had to do a little digging because I know that at the same time this first wave of figures was released by Bif Bang Pow, they also were doing some new comic books for the Bionic Woman and the $6 Million Man. And you have Dynamite is the one that's been doing these comics. So I dug out my comics because I was so befuddled by this outfit. You know, I love fashion, so forgive my digression into this. I just had to figure this out. And I've been reading the newer, what they call the Bionic Woman Season 4, the newer series that Dynamite has been working on. It's a pretty good series. And look, it does feature some fembots and some male bots, I guess you'd say. But if you look through these issues, what these robots are wearing, this is like, this is not this clothing. This is not 60s clothing. And this is really meant to follow the 1970s series, so it's not going to look like, and you can see on the cover there, that looks like 70s fashion that Jamie and this fembot is wearing. And then of course you have the $6 Million Man, season 6 by Dynamite too. But there also was another set of comics. Dynamite did a series before that where they did a new take on Jamie Summers. They gave her an upgrade. She had more capabilities, more technology, and this is set in modern times. And so you see, this is a different Jamie Summers. This does not follow the TV show closely. And I read this through the first time. I didn't really enjoy it, and then I read through all these issues again, and I liked them better the second time. It's definitely a different take on Jamie Summers. And in this, they also feature a fembot storyline. But again, these fembots are wearing modern clothing. They're not wearing a 1960s style or maybe 1950s vintage dress, which, by the way, I would love to have that dress. I would wear that dress myself. It's just not a fembot dress. So that's what really befuddled me about that. But let's get back to the figure herself. This is an out-of-the-box experience, as I said, so we're going to open her up and check her out a little more closely, if we can, as we're doing with the others in this series. Open the packaging. And the original figure by Kenner, the 12-incher, in her black jumpsuit, as I mentioned, she came with some masks, so you could change her appearance. I'm going to take that off the card because I keep the card. I like the cards. And let's see how she pops right out. Oh, wow, look at that. That is so simple. The original 10-incher came with some masks. Now, this gal does not come with any kind of covering on her face. She's just got her robotic, her cybernetic face showing, and that interesting thing. And she's pretty simple. She doesn't come with anything extra. The Steve Austin figure that you saw and the Bigfoot figure that we've done so far in this series, they each came with a keychain. That's not true here. She's really just got on, she comes with what she's got on. She's got reddish hair, and I bet I could comb that. Kind of nice. I like the hair. Very much like the Migos that I keep referencing here. She's got a little scarf around her neck. And then she's got that fabulous dress. And interestingly enough, the belt is just a simple piece of fabric, not finished off on the ends. And in the back, it connects with Velcro. So there's that. And then the back of the dress has Velcro. And then, similar to the Steve Austin figure, she's got an imprint on her back that says mctoys.com, made in China. And then she's got this stamp sort of treatment, Universal Studios Bif Bang Pow, 2012. Alrighty, so there she is in her interesting dress. Try to get a little bit closer up on some of the details. She's got all the same articulation of those Migo females of the 70s and 80s. Really all the same thing. Legs look so much like it. I'm going to assume that these little shorty granny boots, again, straight off Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Maybe she's playing Norman Bates' mom, I don't know. But she's got her little granny boots on, and they look like they come off, but I'm not going to force it. Don't need to take them off. She's going to stay in this outfit. How nice. Okay, So, nice little figure, female figure for this collection. We're missing Jamie Summers. Ooh, that's a little tough to put back on. We're missing Jamie, but we'll take the Fembot figure, even though she looks a little odd to me. But hey, she's still a welcome part of my collection. Well, thanks for watching this one, and stay tuned because we're going to take a look at the Oscar Goldman and the Rudy Wells figures in this set as well as the series continues.